Paintball guns can get expensive, but how expensive can they actually get? This right here is the Luxe IDOL and is the most expensive paintball gun on the market, going for $1,800. And the question you have is it actually worth that price tag? And I'm gonna show you that.
I'm gonna be answering the following questions. What does the gun come with? What are the features and upgrades they've done to it to make it worth that price tag? And give you my opinion on the marker, all while showing you what I was able to do on the field with it. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you my best point that I had with this marker, as well as give you a final rating on the gun. So the Luxe IDOL is the most expensive stock standard paintball gun on the market at $1,800. So what all does the marker come with when you buy it? The biggest thing when you first buy the marker is it comes with a brand new case. When you open up the case, you see that it has 2 additional cases inside. Both of these are weatherproof. In the first case, it holds your barrels and inserts. This is a new designed Freak XL barrel with 2 inserts, a small bore and a large bore. The small bore we found to be around a 681 and the large bore around a 687. When you open it up, it has individual zippers for the parts. It also comes with a barrel cover, charging cable, power bank, Allen keys, spare parts, and grease. Going on to the other case, this is a water-resistant marker bag, and inside is the Luxe IDOL. Also, the marker comes with a brand new LCD screen on the side of the gun, which is an upgrade versus the screen that was on the back of the marker. And the last thing is the first run of the marker comes in 7 different colors. So if black's not your thing, you can pick a different color to fit your style.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
And before we move on, if at any point in this video you're enjoying it, consider giving a like. It's an easy and free way to support me and the channel, and also let me know that you enjoyed the video. Moving on to the features and upgrades that come with the marker that make it worth that price tag. And this is a long list, so buckle in. But we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up. Starting at the very bottom of the gun, this is the ASA. This is how you turn on and off the air to the gun, but they have a new improved duckbill style ASA, which they changed out from the previous style, which was a lever style ASA. Looking at the grip of the gun, it has toolless grips where you just remove the back plate and then move the grips off, and also has a plastic part to protect that LCD screen. They made the board more modular, so that means that you can replace individual parts on the board without having to replace the entire board itself. The battery is easily removed now, being held in by a lever. Previously, it was held in by the grips and a plastic piece. They have a USB-C charging port, which is a universal charging port that Apple and Android uses. The microswitch has been lengthened to reduce damage if you adjust the trigger improperly. There's a new trigger that's a subtle deuce trigger. This is a change from the old Fang style triggers. The front grip has a new milling on it for a more form-fitting grip. The front plate also on the grip does not interfere with the barrel anymore if it gets moved or if you want to take it off. The frame also can be removed toollessly, and it has that new air transfer piece in there to reduce leaks if it does become loose. The solenoid in the marker is serviceable and is toolless to remove that. The eyes to the marker are magnetic and toolless, so if you need to remove them, it's pretty easy. And they also made the magnets that hold the eyes in easier to remove, so if you want to get your marker customized, you can take them out. Okay, so this is where some of the bigger changes happen, and that's the engine. It's responsible for propelling the paintball out of the gun. So the bolt itself is longer, and they changed the face to increase surface area and reduce suction on the paintballs, and the back has a new skirt to slow air before it hits the ball. This helps with paint handling and also allows you to shoot brittle paint. The can now has an adjustable O-ring position to allow you to deliver more air to the bolt, which helps in rough conditions to reduce the chance of the bolt from sticking from debris or temperature. The bolt guide is longer and sits flush with the bolt itself. This allows for the paintballs to sit properly in the chamber and handle different size paint better, and makes for better feeding and less breaks. The last changes to the engine were the chamber and spool were shortened to accommodate for the other length changes. The barrel has been made easier to clean, and they did this by taking the portings off the back of it. They also made the tip of the barrel smaller to accommodate for the new size paintballs in this era of paintball, and there is no longer an O-ring inside of the marker, which makes it easier to take on and off that barrel. And the last two things, at the top of the paintball gun, they took the jewel that was covering up a screw on top of the paintball gun off, and just replaced it with a flat piece of metal. And they also now have a colored wheel on the feed neck, which previously it was chrome. And if this long list of features sounds enticing and you want to see more about the marker, or if by the end of this video you're convinced that you want a Luxe IDOL, you can go pick it up at lonewolfpaintball.com. Lone Wolf is one of the world's largest and best source for paintball gear, and they're currently shipping out their first orders of Luxe IDOLs right now. And with being a sponsor of the channel, I have a discount code over there. So if you put in the code GYMRAT, you can save yourself 10% on select products like Virtue Carbon and Lone Wolf gear, like this shirt right here. And actually, I was able to get a limited time promotion for this video. So the first 10 people to order the Luxe IDOL and mention Matt the GYMRAT in the comments at checkout actually gets 2 free Freak XL inserts, so you can have more inserts to bore match that paint. So if you're convinced that you want the Luxe IDOL, hop on this promotion now. You can get 2 free inserts when you get that marker. And thanks to Lone Wolf Paintball for sponsoring me and the channel and making this video possible.
Oh no! Surprise, motherfucker! Got him!
This is my favorite part of the video, and it's when I get to say what I think about the gun. And we'll start off with the most notable thing, and that's the shot quality gun. And I really like how this paintball gun shoots. It's just a slightly different shot compared to the TM40. The efficiency is like the TM40, so you're looking at getting roughly 1,500 paintballs out of the gun with a full 68-45 tank. And I gotta say this, but this is like one of the straightest shooting paintball guns that I think I've ever used. I've used this for several different weeks with several different sizes of paint, and for some reason it always shoots super accurate. And I think it's probably something to do with the engine changes along with the tip change that they did to the barrel. Just makes it very accurate. I have to say I love the new case. The individual bags give another layer to travel, so if you don't want to take the whole entire marker case, you can just take the marker in its bag. Also, I love the zipper pockets in the other case because it keeps everything from moving around, which I've had happen a ton with other cases. I'm a big fan of the new ASA style. It's much easier to turn on and off the air, and I genuinely despise the old lever style ASAs. And I think this might be a minor thing, but the USB-C port on the back I love because it's so universal and you can pretty much find a cord wherever you go. The LCD screen is a nice addition. It allows you to see modes, settings, and battery levels much easier. I am a fan of the new shallow deuce style trigger, and the solenoid being toolless and serviceable makes it easier to service your paintball gun and clean it, and also can help extend the lifetime of your paintball gun. The barrel no longer having openings on the back I think is super nice because the standard Freak XL kit inserts are different colors, and I always thought it made the guns look tacky whenever people would put different colored inserts in that didn't match their paintball gun. And the last thing I have to say that I don't like, but I love, is that they don't use Loctite on any more screws except one, which makes it way easier to take apart the gun and put it back together. So that's the good. Let's go to the bad. I freaking hate the button on the back of this gun, and it's not very tactile and it's sunk into the grips, which makes it hard to press. Also, why is there only one button? Give me like 2 or 3 buttons to make it easier to navigate through these menus. The bolt doesn't have a soft tip, and I would like to see this because it helps with brittle paint handling, but with the new changes to the engine, I don't know if it's actually needed. Only time will tell. And this might be a personal preference, but it's not auto cocker threaded. Every other high-end tournament level paintball gun is auto cocker threaded besides the Luxe. I love to customize the look of my gun with barrels. It's actually the one thing I like the most about a paintball gun, and I can't do this with the Luxe. Ryan Moorhead, one of the lead designers and engineers, says he likes these threads because you just got to twist it less to put it on, which is a valid point. I'm not a fan of the generic labeling of inserts. Almost every paintball team bores their paint at tournaments, and these inserts leaving you guessing if the bore size is correct or not. And lastly, for this big price tag, I feel like they're kind of skimping on some of the extras that the gun comes with. I'd love to see the gun come with an extra battery, an additional trigger in case you don't like the new one, and a minimum of 3 label Freak XL inserts for your paintball gun. I feel like these additions would be a great way to justify the asking price of that marker because I've received these with other high-end markers. And now putting my 2 cents out there, let me show you the best point I had with the $1,800 Luxe IDOL. Before I get on my final rating for the paintball gun, I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think this paintball gun is worth the asking price, or do you think these paintball gun prices have gotten way out of hand? And if you are enjoying this video right here, consider watching this one right here where I reviewed the previous most expensive paintball gun coming in at $1,750. And if you like the paintball content, get subscribed to keep up with it. And my final thoughts on the paintball gun. I do think this is one of the best paintball guns you could possibly spend your money on. I'm giving it a final rating of a 9.3 out of 10.